All right. Hey, everyone. It is just about 7:07 p.m. here. It is 7:07 p.m. here on Friday. How do you like your snow? We have it here across the area, and it was a South Jersey special. We're going to talk to you about the snowfall totals we had, and I'll bring out the receipts, see how my forecast stacked up to reality. We'll talk about the cold expected this weekend and a couple of other little hazards I'm looking out for here. Big shout out to everyone who did sign up for our weather newsletter over the past 24 hours. Hope you enjoyed what you saw in your inbox. And thanks to everyone who's been following along, whether you're watching on our website or on social media, seeing some of the extra stuff we do there on Facebook and Twitter. It's all really appreciated. And I hope everyone was able to stay safe and enjoy. This was our first decent snow in 2 years. You'd have to go back to late January of 2022 to actually see some kind of snow where you can go sledding all throughout South Jersey and the Jersey Shore. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from here tonight. Where are you at? What are you doing? What are you seeing? How much snow did you measure? Let me know as we go forward over the next couple of minutes here. And we are going to be streaming live on my Instagram as well. You can find that at Joe MartWX. Although I'll be honest with you, we have the full live right here, what you're watching on Facebook and on our website at pressofac.com/weather here. So going live on Instagram. Let's get into the receipts. Let's pull out the receipts and see how I did here. So I did say for anywhere in blue, 3 to 5, locally 7. Outside of there, it was 1.5 to 3 inches of snow. So we take a look at the southern half of the state. Let me show you what was going on here. Here's a look at our snowfall totals. We really did pretty good here. Everywhere was between 3 to 5 with a few exceptions. Ventnor got to 2.6, but that's an older total. It could really, in reality, end up being 3. And then Wildwood got 4. I want to see some other numbers in Lower Cape. If you have any, let me know before we fully determine whether that 4 is legit or not. And then we go up north here, and this is where it got a little tough. It was either I was underdoing it, and I did in Mercer in Somerset County, or it was a little bit too high, which was the case in Hackettstown in Warren County, and in some other places as well. But overall, I would say the southern half of the state, the forecast worked out pretty much according to plan. We didn't get 7, but I think as we get some more numbers to come through, we'll see some of us getting 6 inches of snow here. I want to show you what happened during this norlun trough. We've been talking about it since Wednesday. I think it's our new buzzword here in Jersey, the norlun trough. It's a localized area of heavier snow. So in Egg Harbor Township, we went from 2.6 to 4.4 inches of snow in 2 hours. And then in Summers Point, my buddy Dan Forshaw said, hey, we went from 3 to 4.4 in 2 hours here. So snowfall rates were moderate. That's between a half inch to an inch per hour. So that's good snow. It's definitely not crippling snow, but it's good snow, and it did accumulate. Look at where I circled in white. That's where we had our norlun trough and that heavier snow. So it was really 2 rounds of this. This is 4 p.m. on Friday. You see some of that heavier snow getting out to sea. And then here comes another round that moved in throughout the rush hour here. If you were able to be home before the rush hour, that's great. And hey, speaking of rush hour, shout out to our DPWs and public works crews who have been working really a lot this whole week. Even though it was 2 relatively minor events, you still got to salt, you still got to brine, you still got to plow. And that's what they've been doing this week. But temperatures falling below 32. That norlun trough had 2 rounds, of some heavier snow. One that came through during the late afternoon and another one during the middle of the evening. Here's a zoomed out look of what we have here. And we'll show you this storm in its entirety. It started out early this morning as a few flurries, and then that steadier stuff came in right about 5 to 7 a.m., right on target there. It did mix with rain briefly, but you know what? We didn't see all that much rain here at the shore. Even though temperatures got up to 35 degrees in Little Lake Harbor, it was still mostly snow. And that's because the upper levels were still pretty darn cold here. Now, as we go and went into the day, it was a little scattered during the mid-morning, but then late morning, steady snow, and that's what we had as we went into the rest of the afternoon up until the current time here. We had that heavier band of snow. You see those darker blues. That was around for a little bit. You can see it right here where my arrow is. And then as we went forward in time, that went away. And then we had that other second band of some heavier snow here running up from Cape May to about Galloway fall during the 4 and 5 o'clock hours. And by about 7 o'clock, when I'm chatting with you now, it's pretty much all out to sea. And notice how it kind of fizzled out too. You know, we are talking about a storm that's really moving more east than north. So it doesn't really have that classic nor'easter kind of look for us. So we take a look at our future cast. Goodbye to that snow. It's going to be clearing sky eventually, but it's also going to be windy, and it's going to get darn cold on Saturday. Even though we have morning sunshine, we'll get afternoon clouds. It is going to be a cold day here. And it gets gusty. You know, we'll have a little bit of blowing snow tonight into Saturday here. Look at the gusts on Saturday. Generally 25 to 35 miles an hour, and that continues overnight. It's a cold night. If you're going to be maybe walking around the AC boardwalk on Saturday night, or you want to take a stroll down the promenade and see out, it's going to be cold. You might want to stay inside for that one here. And wind gusts on Sunday going to be 25 to 35 miles an hour throughout the day here. Let's get to those wind chills. I've been showing you them really the past 24 hours or so. It's getting cold. How about wind chills on Saturday? No better than 15. And then as we go into Sunday morning, wind chills in the single digits here. And then we just stay in the teens throughout the day on Sunday. So cold air lasts for the weekend. The snow is going to last for the weekend here. But warmer air comes, really starts mid next week. And it's going to go all the way through the end of the month. More of these days, once we get to, let's say, the 23rd or so, 23rd to February 1st, more of our days are going to be in the 50s, if not around 60 degrees. Less of those days in the 30s here. Now, I call 50s kind of like weather purgatory. You know, it's not really like t-shirt weather and jeans weather, but it's not like winter coat weather. It's just like purgatory for us. I'll show you what I mean. Here's a look at our inland 7-day. There are those 50s as we get towards next Thursday and Friday. You notice it gets wet. And all the snow we have now, it's gone by the time we get to this time next week. It's a couple of days of rain. I don't think any of these days are a washout. Maybe Friday is, but more than likely it's just these off and on showers here. So it's cold and dry for the first half of our 7-day, warmer and wet for the second half of our 7-day forecast here. See if you have any comments as I go on back in our video here. And let's do this. Let me show you some video that we had actually too from earlier today. This was from our own Matt Straybuck. He took these images here across Atlantic City with our second snow of the year. Here we are looking at, I think we're at the marina now. Excuse me, I have this cough here. Must be all that snow. Taking a look at the ocean, crashing, little waves crashing on the beach. This wasn't a big coastal flooding storm. It wasn't a gale warning kind of storm. It was just kind of quiet. It was a well-behaved storm. How about that? We'll call it that. We have a hello from Craig Matthews. My man, Craig Matthews. Saying hello to Craig. How's it going, Craig? He's watching on Instagram. We'll show you some more scenes around Atlantic City. We're going to wave goodbye to our Instagram friends here as we go back to just streaming on our website and on our Facebook page. And this was over at the shops here, at the outlets. See some people shoveling here. And then in Linwood, here we go. We had the sleds out. This is over, I believe this is over by Mainland. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But we certainly had our snow, and here comes a couple of kids sledding down here. I think tomorrow's a good sledding day too. Just make sure to bundle on up. We have a comment from Steve Simone who said 5 inches in Ocean City. Steve, do me a favor, my friend. Let me know, and I'm back here. Here I am. if you could send me a photo with the ruler in the ground, that would be great because I want to send it to the National Weather Service. Or if you can just show me a photo maybe of where you were measuring that snow if you don't have a ruler, that's great as well. But we got a lot of snowfall totals coming on in, and we're not done yet. I'll just show you these totals one more time here for you. So, again, we're talking about 3 to 5. I think somewhere is going to be a 6. Probably going to be, let me get my finger out here, probably going to be somewhere along the Expressway corridor, maybe Route 40 corridor in Atlantic County. And then we go further north, and it really was a hodgepodge where we did still see 3 to 5 inches in parts of Somerset and Mercer counties. We go further north, and barely 2 inches here. So it definitely was a South Jersey special for you here across the area. Steve said he sent the photo. Appreciate that, Steve. Thanks for letting me know. I'll make sure to check that out here. A lot of comments on Facebook. If you're watching on Facebook, I do read them all. I will at least throw you a like at some point when this weather quiets down. This doesn't go unnoticed. We are doing something special here that really is nowhere else. We're the only newspaper in the state with a meteorologist. We're proud of that. I'm proud of that. I love it. I love how we're covering the shore. We're on the new frontier of media and meteorology, and our Across the Sky podcast team. There's 4 meteorologists working at a newspaper. That's rarely happened before. We're all together here. Kirsten Lang, Sean Sublett, Matt Hollander. We got our Across the Sky podcast. New episodes every Monday. 3rd biggest weather podcast in America right now. We want to try to get to 2. So if you haven't listened, listen whenever you can. Maybe this weekend while you're hanging out, listen to the pod. Usually they're 30 to 45 minutes long, so maybe a drive, you could get through it all. This Monday, we're actually speaking with someone from X-Weather who talks to us about autonomous driving in winter weather and all kinds of hazards. So pretty appropriate for at least us here in Jersey as we get towards Monday. Otherwise, I think that's all we got. We got Laura saying thanks so much. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate you tuning in. And I appreciate everyone on Facebook from watching here. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Shout out to all of our subscribers on Press of AC. You guys make this possible. So thank you. Much appreciated. I am going to call it a wrap for our Facebook Lives for today. I will do a video looking ahead here. We'll do a little recap as well tonight. You can find that on our website. I'll share the link on Facebook. Then we'll have a storm recap video and article for you as well. So enjoy. Maybe you got a hot drink of your choice for tonight. Enjoy that. We'll talk with you soon. Thanks again for watching the Press of Atlantic City's coverage of our norlun trough snowstorm. We'll talk to you soon.